Green Bay Packers making history. First team ever to go from playing in front of Giselle to playing in front of Kitty Foreman. Hello, Wisconsin. They welcomed the Indianapolis Colts this week, who didn't win their first game either, but man, did Ant make it fun.
After coming in motion, and that is tight. Gets it there with some pace.
First things first, Nazareth was right. It hurts. Jordan isn't playing, but love always prevails, right? He'll be back. For this game, it's Malik Willis. Played 2 years in Tennessee, 3 starts, no touchdowns, 3 picks. Took 2 snaps in Brazil. Got sacked before he could say a hail to Mary.
Willis slips. Willis steps up, goes down. Game ender! Who else but Zach Bond?
Indy fans understand the pain cheeseheads are going through. They went through worse last year, but never mind that. Packers defense having to try and slow Anthony Richardson, who looked electric in every way last week.
Deep down the field for Pierce! Pierce! Touchdown! What a throw by Richardson!
That's called a dime or a dot, and Richardson has plenty of room to connect on more of them. He was only 9 for 19, threw a bad pick, but hit on some huge passes, finished with 2 touchdowns, a rating over 100, plus ran for a touchdown on almost 10 yards per carry.
Richardson on 4th and goal takes off. Is he going to get there? Fighting his way, and he's in for a touchdown.
Green Bay's defense is warmed up to face a team with a mobile QB and a good running back. They took care of the QB part last week, held Jalen Hurts to 2.5 a carry on 13 tries.
Shimmy shake, Hurts can't get away. Big time play by Keyshawn Nixon.
However, Packers hope they play the running back better. They gave up a receiving TD to Saquon Barkley, plus 2 on the ground, over 100 yards rushing, over 4.5 per carry.
Watch him drag a couple tacklers, and he pulls defenders with him.
Richardson, the passer, takes on a Green Bay secondary that overall is happy with its first performance. Keyshawn Nixon, their slot guy, held his own, or nickel guy if you will. Safety Xavier McKinney came up with a pick. They picked off Hurts twice, held him to a low 80s rate.
The new acquisition, McKinney, who has done this his whole career, reads the quarterback's eyes and picks off the football.
They gave up 2 TDs, almost 280 passing yards, allowed 80-plus yards to Devontae Smith, gave up close to 120 to A.J. Brown.
Brown's got it. Here goes A.J. Brown. Blinding speed!
Packers cornerback Jair Alexander spent a lot of time against Brown. He gave up that TD and 112 yards. He also faced 9 targets, came up with a pick. He enters this matchup off a gladiator-type showing.
Flushed. Hurts directing traffic, looking end zone. Oh, it's picked off!
I'm obligated to say, are you not entertained? Green Bay's DBs this week having to tend to Alec Pierce. He hauled in that long TD, finished with 125 yards total.
Back to the air, over the middle, nice snag by Pierce.
Ashton Dulin was the other pass catcher to find pay dirt on a 54-yard TD.
Richardson over the middle, caught by Ashton Dulin. He's got room to run.
Michael Pittman, Indy's top receiver, usually started slow, 31 yards on 8 targets. They had to play without Josh Downs, who they hope returns soon. Game preview guy and Indy's tight ends combined for 0 yards in week 1. Green Bay's defense, meantime, held tight end Dallas Goedert to 31. Packers' pass rush should concern Richardson. They look good out of the gate. Pressured Hurts over 34% of the time. Over 30 is good. They bagged him twice. Defensive end Rashawn Gary, their top threat, had himself a game and a sack.
Feels the pressure. No, he doesn't. Down he goes. Devoured. Rashawn Gary.
Richardson sacked twice on 19 attempts. JT will factor as well. Jonathan Taylor painted the end zone blue last week.
Jonathan Taylor essentially untouched into the end zone.
Just 48 yards, 3 per carry. Since we're talking run games with Willis at QB for the Pack, don't be surprised if Green Bay sends in Bill Lumberg to talk to Josh Jacobs ahead of the game. Jacobs hit at 5.3 yards per run in his Green Bay debut, 84 yards, only 16 carries.
First to the outside, breaks a tackle. That's the most open space that Josh Jacobs has seen today.
Hello, Josh. What's happening? I'm also going to need you to do a little extra this Sunday. We lost some people, and we need to sort of catch up, okay? Especially if Indianapolis doesn't fix their run defense. Gave up 159 yards on 5.3 a run to Joe Mixon week 1, allowed over 200 yards to the Texans overall.
This is what you love to see from Joe Mixon. Once he gets through the line of scrimmage, his heavy body goes into contact.
Colts secondary also has to get better. Allowed C.J. Stroud to go for 2 touchdowns, no picks, a rating over 115 allowed. Colts corners Jalen Jones and Julius Brents each gave up over 90 yards each.
Now on the move, throwing to the sideline, he's got a man and another another first down.
Green Bay's top pass catcher week 1, slot guy Jaden Reed, over 130 yards, 70-yard touchdown.
And for whatever reason, C.J. Gardner-Johnson is just nowhere near the deepest threat by the Packer offense. And an easy touchdown on third down for Jaden Reed.
Romeo Doubs, 4 catches, 50 yards.
Love airs it out. Complete. Going down low. Romeo Doubs out of bounds inside the 40.
Christian Watson pulled in a TD. Tight end Tucker Kraft chipped in 37 yards. Malik would welcome the kind of O-line play Love got versus Philadelphia. That game-ending sack, the only one Green Bay took, and it wasn't the fault of anyone on their line. Interior held its own versus the likes of Jalen Carter. Their tackles kept Josh Sweat and Bryce Huff out of Love's face for most of that night.
Take the handoff. Over the middle. Beautiful ball for Tucker Kraft with room to run down the sideline.
Colts pass rush is a beast to deal with. Tyquan Lewis made it home versus Stroud. So did Kwity Paye, and DeForest Buckner left with a bag and a half.
Stroud pressure coming. He is sacked. DeForest Buckner brings him down.
Let's end with a little Colts-Packers history book read. 2004, 35 first-quarter points, 9 TD passes in the game. Brett Favre and the Packers engaged in a good old-fashioned shootout with Peyton Manning and the Colts. The Sheriff proved to be the gunslinger's Huckleberry. You think Manning whispered in Favre's ear after the game, "You're no Daisy, you're no Daisy at all."